Ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. I am SafeFM. Today we are taking a look at the DRLW 433. Now on the page that I got this from, it does say the guys tried it out, simmed every single team in the Premier League for a full season and has the whole breakdown there. So he did a really phenomenal job on that. And he's done very well apparently. Leicester is the worst team that he's tried this tactic on, came in 10th. So you have, a top half finish for every single team he's tried it on. In his test, he got Tottenham to 4th, he got Newcastle to 1st, and he got Wolves to 8th. So we'll see how it did for our three teams of Newcastle, Wolves, and Tottenham in just a minute. And this is from a guy called DRLW 1980, hence the name, I assume. But for the tactic itself, it is a sweeper keeper in defend, wingbacks on the left and right in support, central defenders in defend on both sides, a deep lying playmaker in support, a Mazzala in attack and a Mazzala in support, inverted wingers in attack on both sides, and a pressing forward this time in attack. It is attacking mentality. In possession is attacking width is fairly wide, play out of the defense, passing directions is much shorter, tempo is slightly higher, mixed crosses, run at defense and be more expressive. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute to the fullbacks and the center backs and roll it out. And out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, and drop off more. Now, how did it do for our three teams? As you can see, not too bad. Tottenham comes in 2nd, so better than his test of 4th. Newcastle in 5th, however, so worse than their 1st that he got in his tests. And Wolves in 6th. Wolves came in 8th, was his highest position for them. But Tottenham, 75 points. I mean, well behind Manchester City, but still not too bad. I mean, a game in hand with Liverpool and Arsenal a little bit more. Still, Newcastle with 68, Wolves at 63. I mean, these two are okay, I guess. But again, Chelsea having a bad season, Manchester United having a bad season. These are all going to drive your teams up. Tottenham's schedule looks pretty spotty right now with 75 points. I mean, I can definitely see it. They're through to everything. EFL Cup 4th round, you're through. FA Cup 3rd round, you do lose out 1-2 against Fulham. EFL semifinals, the first leg, 0-5 to Manchester United, and then 0-0 at home. That hurts. There's a nice run here, but Champions League, you are out against Bayern. 4-2 at home win, but 0-4 away from home just sees you out. Newcastle schedule, I mean, you get the points throughout the first 2 months. Only a couple losses here and there. EFL Cup 3rd round against Tottenham, funny enough. But it's just a lot of draws right there. Hopefully you can turn those into wins with your own shouts, your own transfers, things like that. But FA Cup 4th round, you're out against Brentford. It's not a bad run at all. I mean, you got a smattering of losses here and there. A lot of draws is kind of the big issue. But overall, it's a nice sea of green every now and again. Wolves having some nice runs themselves. I mean, EFL Cup 2nd round against Everton, you're out right off the bat immediately. You got some draws, you got some losses. You continue on in the FA Cup up until the semifinals against Leicester, 0-2. That last 2 months of the season just doesn't look all that great. I mean, you got some points, definitely, but 3 losses, then another 3 losses. Not a great way to end the season. Tottenham transfers. Hugo Lloris does leave for Al Duhal, 3.7 million. You do bring in, I mean, Benjamin Dominguez and Cocholava. I don't know him. For 3.4. Marco Asensio from Real Madrid. Henrik Pereira from Benfica. Grilic from Ajax. And Alberto Molero. We've seen him before. He's always been fantastic. 7.75. It's a really good pickup. Mark Gillespie for Newcastle, 1.3 is the only out, but still they are bringing some players in. Skriniar and Boyomo in September, Alex Scott, Tony Weston, Nichols from Huddersfield, Drewsbury Hall from Leicester, and Odriozola from Real Madrid on loan. For Wolves, Daniel Podence is the only one out, but it does bring in them $5.5 million to bring in the likes of Ascaio from Sporting and Lino Sousa from Arsenal, 6.5. Harry Kane for Tottenham, 45 plus 4. Not too bad. Son with 45 plus 2. Kulusevski with 44 plus 6. Very nicely done. 38 goals for Harry Kane. Another fantastic season for him. But unfortunately, Son with only 11. Asensio with 9. So he's picking it up. That would have been a great to see a full season from him. Assist-wise, 13 for Asensio. Son with 12. And Kulusevski with 9. Average rating, 7.29 for Harry Kane. Not too bad. Kind of on the higher side of average for him. 7.16 Grilic, and then 7.14 for Asensio and Betancourt. Newcastle's Nick Pope, 42 appearances, the high one there. Alan St. Maximin, 41, and then 40 for Guimaraes. Goals-wise, 43 for Alexander Isak. Holy cow. 12 for St. Maximin and Almiron with 10. Assists-wise, 15 for Trippier, 11 for St. Maximin and Willock. And then average rating, 777. Holy, this is Alexander Isak's tactic, no question about it. But 720 for Willock and 720 for Trippier. An absolutely fantastic outing. Jose Sa with 44 appearances for Wolves. Nunez with 43, and then 40 plus 3 for Collins and for Neves. Wait, Nunez and then Neves, whatever. Goals-wise, 20 goals for Jimenez, 15 for Cunha and Sarabia with 12, and then assist, 15 for Sarabia, Nunez with 11, and then Cunha with 9. All these players out on loan, I swear. 750 for Huang Hee-chan, 2 appearances off the bench. He apparently had 2 fantastic appearances off the bench, but Nunez was 718, Jimenez was 716, and then Cunha was 707. Data Hub, all you can see, general performance, they all have very similar structures. Pretty good in attack, as you can see. Overall, shot percentage is the only one that's below, maybe passing percentage as well. Team defending, a little bit shaky. You've got some conceded per game, not great, things like that. But, this is what happens with all these tactics. And as you can see, Newcastle, pretty much very similar. And then Wolves, about the same. Premier League stats. You got most goals for Man City at 88, but Newcastle, Wolves, and Tottenham do come in second, third, and fourth. 88 or 80 down to 71. Fewest shots against, you got all 3 teams in the bottom of the 6, 7, and 8. Most possessions are all in there as well. You got most dribbles made, Newcastle with 875, 100 more than Man City. Tottenham and Wolves in there. Fewest conceded and most shutouts, you got Tottenham, but most tackles won, Newcastle with 825, Everton with 902. Passing completion, both Tottenham and Wolves in there. Most shots for all 3 teams. Again, a very nicely attacking setup. And most points per game, as you would expect. Most goals, 36 for Isak. A fantastic season for him. Even Harry Kane with 29 and then Jimenez with 17. Not too bad at all. Most assists, Trippier with 14 up at the tops. Son, Sarabia, and Maximin, 12 and 11, about average. Isak with 13 Player of the Match awards. That is just insane. Harry Kane, Tottenham, Jimenez with 6 and 5 apiece. Best pass completion, you got a couple in there. Most dribbles made, wow, you got several in there as well. Like Nori, Target, St. Maximin, Trippier, and Porto. Fewest conceded, Fraser Forster and Hugo Lloris is still in there, even though he was sold. Most shutouts, Ederson, there you go. Hugo Lloris up there still. Most tackles won, Ike Nori with Wolves, 99. And then most key passes, Trippier and Sarabia up there in 1 and 2, as you would expect. Marco Asensio seems to be a fantastic pickup this time around. Most shots, Isak, Harry Kane, and Jimenez. Haaland still, 184. Isak with 149, got more goals. Absolutely crazy. Just absolute craziness right there. But overall, this tactic did very well for Isak specifically. Tottenham, it did very well as well. 75 points is definitely above average. Wolves, yeah, Newcastle both higher than average, but I wouldn't say leaps and bounds. But that is it for the DRLW 4-3-3 tactic. And it seems to be a nice one to try out, at least, especially for a 4-3-3 that, you get a very standard structure for. So check it out. Check out, how the guy did, how DRLW 1980 did with his tests. He does have a lot of screenshots, a lot of, things like that. He's got some information in there, so check it out and see how he does, how you do. But that is it for me, Sefin FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.